Hello and welcome to this new tutorial from MooICT. Today we're going to be making a balloon pop game in Windows Phone using C#. So as you can see, this game here is basically we got a bunch of picture boxes, one with the picture of a bomb, and then we got a few other pictures of balloons. So let's just run this game and see how it works. So the idea behind this game is so you can click on the balloon pictures to pop them, and once the score goes up, they speed up. If I miss a balloon, then the game is over and I can press enter to restart the game. But if you pop the bomb, basically it explodes and then the game is over as well. So it's going to be a very simple game to follow, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. To begin, let's download the pictures from the MooICT website. So you got the balloon pop arcade game in Visual Studio tutorial, and then you can download the pictures right here. Okay, you got the written tutorial on here as well. You can follow that alongside with the video if you want to. Here are the pictures for the game. Each of these balloons are a transparent image, so this is why we can still see the background color that's popping out on the picture boxes. Okay, so to begin, let's make a new project in Visual Studio. I'm using Visual Studio 2019 version. You can use any to follow along this tutorial as long as you have the .NET framework installed. So we're going to choose Windows Form. So let's just call this one arcade game MooICT. Okay, click create. Let's start by adding a title here. Okay, let's change the size of this to 650 and then 700. So basically 650 is the width and 700 is the height. So you can also do it separately inside the properties window there as well. So let's change the back color of the form to pale turquoise. Yep. Okay, with that done, let's go add a few picture boxes to the form. So let's add one picture box. First thing to do is we're going to go here and change the size mode to auto size. So what that's going to do is when we pick a picture for this picture box, it will resize according to how big or small the picture is that we imported into it. So I'm just going to make a few copies of this one. So yeah, 5 is okay. So I'm just holding control and then just dragging them, so it just makes an exact duplicate of the object that you have highlighted. So if I right click on one of them, go to choose image. Inside the project resources file, I'm going to import all the images downloaded from MooICT website. Okay, so let's give this one like a pink image, that's fine. So as you can see, it resizes according to the picture that we imported. Okay, change that one to the heart, star, change this one to yellow, and then this can be the bomb. Okay. Alright, so one other thing that we need to do is we need to name the bomb picture box to bomb. Now let's select rest of the balloons and come down here to the properties and then give them a tag of balloon. Okay. Okay, let's add a label. So this label is going to be showing the score. Okay, and make it slightly bigger. 14 is fine. Okay, so this game will be mainly controlled through the mouse, so we can click on these and to the bomb as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a few click events right after we added the timer. So we're going to need the timer to animate these picture boxes moving up. Okay, so let's just call this one game timer. So the interval to 20. You can leave it as false for now. We'll create a game restart function. So I'm just going to go to events and say main timer event, press enter. So just added the timer tick event. Okay, shift and click on the balloons, go here, say pop balloon. So once you have the picture boxes selected inside the events window, just added it for us, it's okay. Inside the events window you can switch between the properties and the events. So while you got the picture boxes selected, you can just go to the click and type in pop balloon. This way it adds the same event for every single one of these picture boxes. So now what we need to do is this one here, say go boom. So when you click on this one, it's just gonna trigger the go boom event. Okay, so we've got the 3 events there. We also need a key up event for the form. So if you click on the form, let's find the key up function here. So say key is up. Okay, so that's for when the game is over, we can press enter to restart the game. Okay, we have got all 4 events now added. So now we can actually start doing some coding. So let's start by making a empty function here called restart game. Okay, so this one here is going to have all the default values for the game. So let's go and add our variable first. Speed in score. Okay, so these are the default variables. We're going to give them some values inside the restart function. So we can say here, for example, speed is equal to 5, score equals to gear 0, game over is obviously false if the game is restarting. This random variable here is going to help us generate a random number for the balloons. Okay, so in the restart function, what we're going to do is we're going to run a for each loop to find all of the picture boxes, and then we're gonna reset them at the bottom of the screen. So when the game is running, they're going to be going upwards once the timer is ticking. That's fine. Let's do the for each loop. So inside the for each loop, we need to look for control x in this controls. So we're just going to create a local variable called x that's going to scan through all the controls in this form. So we're also going to just say is if x is picture box. So if x is a type of picture box, in that case we're going to set x.top. So somewhere between 750 and 1000. Okay, and x.left is going to be between 5 and 500 or 5000. Okay, we also need to reset the bomb image. So okay, so just in case at this point the bomb image was clicked and then it got transferred into boom, so in the reset we're just going to reset it back to its original image. So when the game starts again, it's not going to come up with this image here. It's just going to be this one. Okay, so let's do the pop balloon first. So what we're going to do here is we're going to check first if game over is equals false. So if the game is still running, then we want the player to be able to click on items. Okay, so we're going to say var balloon. So we're going to create we're going to create a variable here that's going to be looking for the sender. So we want to know which object sent this event, because there's 4 different ones, whichever one clicked on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to dynamically find out which object actually sent this, and then we're going to store that sender inside of this variable called balloon. Okay, so then we can say balloon.top equal next between 750 and 1000. And balloon dot left is equals. Okay, so it will randomize the location of the sender object. Okay, plus we want to do a plus equals 1. Okay, so given that we've clicked on a balloon, that means that we should get a score, so it's just going to add a score to it. Okay, we've done the pop balloon. Now let's do the go boom function or event. Let's go if here. So say once again we're going to check if game over is equals false. So if the game is still running, then what we want to do is change the bomb image to the boom. Okay, and then we're going to change the game over to true. Okay, let's do the key up function. So I say here if e the key code equals keys to enter, and we also want if a game over is equals true. Okay, so if game over is true and the enter button was released, so it has to be pressed and then released, so then we're going to run the restart game function. Okay, we also need to run the timer in this function, so we have to say game timer dot start here. Okay, so we got the speed timer dot start. That's perfect. Okay, so if I just run this now just to find out if the clicks and stuff work. So because the clicks doesn't have anything to do with the timer event, we can still try to click on these to see if they actually randomly move out. So as you can see here, they once you have clicked on them, they kind of just randomly appear at the bottom of the screen. Okay, so if I click them again, screen is not that big. So since the game screen is here, so we don't necessarily need to see obviously everything, so we can just about click on things and then it will just reappear and then it'll start moving back up. So we can click on the nice. Okay, so we can actually activate the bomb as well. Okay, so it's time to do the main timer event now. So let's link the text score first. Okay, so that should keep the score updated on the label. Okay, we also need to check if the game is over. So if game over is true, then we just want to stop the timer. So timer does stop, so the game should stop completely, and then we're going to show another message on the score. So say score let's go plus here and then just say okay. So basically if the game is over, then we just stop the timer and then show this message on the label, so we can actually show that here, and then the player will know what to do to restart the game. Okay, so we're going to be running a for each loop here. So let's just do a for each. So in this controls, so because we want all of these picture boxes to move up, right? So what we can do here is we can say if x is picture box, then we can just say x dot top is say minus equals speed. Okay, so all of them are going to be going upwards on the screen. So it's going to find the current location of the top for each picture box, and then it's just going to deduct this number of speed variable from here. So in this case it is, I think, set to 5. We're going to move it 5 pixels at a time. So we also need to check here if so x dot top is less than minus 100. So then it goes back to random again. Okay, so 5 and 500. Okay, so this is going to just apply to the bomb picture box, okay, because that's not going to be clicked for that to be respawned, positioned at the bottom. So we want that if that goes to the top, then it's just going to automatically come back at the bottom and then reposition itself so it's back into the game. Okay, so we also need to check here is if with the string, so say string x.tag was balloon. So we did add a tag for each of these balloons before, so I think, yep. So here what we want to check is if x.top here is less than -50, then we want the game over to be true. So if one of the balloons escapes to the top, then obviously the game should be over at this point. Right, let's try running this and see how that works. Actually, oh yeah, that's because I haven't started the it'd be a good idea to run the function here, so it actually restarts everything. Okay, so let's see. Okay, that's good. A slight overlap here and there, but we can actually, I think I want to change something. I don't want the balloons to be overlapping with the bomb, then it becomes, if it's behind the bomb, then it's going to become very harder to click on it. So if I do press it, and then if I press enter again, it restarts. Okay, that's very good. Everything respawning as it should. Okay, so I don't want that to happen. Okay, so what we can do here is, because we're still inside the timer, we are identifying the balloons. We can still, inside this if statement, we can say if mom.bounds.intersect with x.bounds. So if we intersect with the balloon in this case, so if the bomb picture box intersect with the balloon, then we just want the balloons to be in a different location. So we're just going to copy that, these two lines there. I'm just going to randomize them again. Okay, so once they are away, just want to make sure, like, you know, the bomb is independent from the rest of the picture boxes. Okay, that's good. So there's no overlap there with the bomb. I mean, the rest of the, you know, you can have as many overlaps as you want with the picture boxes, but as long as it's not overlapping with the bomb, that's fine. Cool. Right, that's fine. So one thing that we do need to add at the moment is the game is quite steady, so it's going in one speed. So as you score, we want the speed to change, so it makes the game a bit more difficult. Okay, so inside the timer, we're going to add the logic for that. So what we're going to do here is say if score is, let's say, greater than 5. Okay, we say speed is equals to 8 there. We can also change some more to score is greater than 15 and score is less than 25. So it's got to be still greater than 15 and less than 25. Forgot this sign. Okay, so let's make speed to like 12 or something like that. Okay, let's try that for now. I forgot the equal sign there. Okay, I think that's fine. Okay, so let's go and score about, say, 6, and then that should, oh, that did speed it up. And now if I go score 16, speeds it up some more. That's good. Okay, so basically right now we've got two different speed settings. Right, so one is checking if the score is greater than 5, then we set the speed to 8, and the second one is checking if the score is greater than 15 and if it's still less than 25. So there's a boundary there. Okay, and then we change the speed to 12. So you can play around with these options and have a go at, see how you can make this game fun. Alright, so this has been the tutorial for how to make a balloon pop arcade game. So it's been just a fun quick tutorial. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next one.